hope that I'm a boss and pay my bills, handle my business. Ask my mom, yeah, that's my witness. Never working on my fitness when my body's.
And welcome back to Primary Teaching with Dom. So glad that you're back for a brand new video. So this video is a video that is quite close to all our hearts, to be fair. All teachers out there, this will be quite relevant, very relevant to you and to the new teachers especially, because this is about pay. So I was reading up on an article to do, and I'm going to read it verbatim on the website here. I read it on quite a lot, but this one particularly I have read. It says there are new plans which would represent the biggest sustained uplift for teachers' wages in England and Wales since 2015, rising to £26,000. So it's reported from the Education Secretary, Gavin Williamson, has today outlined plans to increase the entry level. Now, make it very clear, entry level salaries from September 2020. With those in inner and outer London seeing earnings rise to 30,000 and 32,000 for in respectively. Experienced teachers, such as that would be classed as an experienced teacher. I'm guessing teachers who've taught more than a year. Experienced teachers, heads and school leaders will see an above inflation pay increase of 2.5% to their pay under the new changes. With early career teachers, I'm guessing I don't know what's classed as early career. Is that teachers that have just come into the profession? If it is, that's going to be increased by 6.7% interest, which is announced. So the proposal has now been forwarded to the school teacher review body, and if effective, would mark a leap in the government's pledge to increase teacher salaries to 30,000 by September 2020. So I'm going to stop there with reading. I will link the articles or articles that talk about it in more depth, and you can read through. Now, my thoughts about this. So I'm in two minds. They have been recently really changing a lot of stuff in the teaching profession. I have a video, I will try and link it here at the top or down below, where it said that new teachers will not have to, you will not have to take the professional skills test. Your professional skills test will be kind of interwoven into your studying on your PGC or your schools direct, whatever you're doing, and they will test you that way, which makes a great leap into teaching, because I know there's a lot of people who have been discouraged or have not been able to pass their skills test, so they can't get onto teaching. I know during my time, which was like 3 years ago, oh my goodness, 3 years. 3 years ago, it was 3 chances you're out. Then I think it was last year or the year before, they changed it to it was unlimited. So you were able to do unlimited times, but you still have to do this professional skills test. And now they changed it to you don't have to do it starting September, but all you need to just do it within your course and pass it that way, which is great. And I think it's also great that they have decided to put more money into education, which is very important. And two, that they thought, let's put more money into it and let's give teachers more pay. Because what we do, we constantly do free overtime. One, because we just have to. There's things to do, and we are not. And it's such a hard profession that people from the outside don't get to see. So it's good that we are somewhat taking leaps in. We're taking baby steps. We're taking walks into finally getting the pay to reflect what teachers across England and Wales especially do. That is great, and I'm very happy about that. And especially that entry-level teachers will be getting their pay rise, because they deserve it. After you finish your PGCE, this is now your real-time job. This is now something you're really truly doing. So your pay should reflect that. And it is technically less than an experienced teacher, or when you finish your first year teaching, it is less. So it's good that the pay has gone up. However, what I don't necessarily get, or what I don't necessarily understand per se, is why experienced teachers get 2.5 or 2.6. What was it? Let me look it up. a 2.5% interest, a 2.5 wage increase in comparison to 6.7 for new teachers. Now, I know where they're going with this. I know that they're trying to do the 6.7 increase, which I think is confirmed from September 2020, but they want to raise it to 30 by 2022. So that's going through the board to be accepted. If I'm right, I think I'm right about that. I know that in that peak of interest of that money is good because loads of people are discouraged from their PGC to go into teaching, or their schools direct, or their teach first to go into teaching, and that money increase will at least give something towards making it better for them to want to join, yes, or getting people to look at that side and be like, oh, I love teaching, and that pay is reflective of what I'm going to get in my first year, so let me go into teaching, which is great. And it will get more teachers coming in, great. However, what needs to be understood, and what the negative side of that is, that 2.5% increase for experienced teachers is exactly what is happening now. Experienced teachers are leaving the profession because, for a multitude of reasons, but I know some reasons is that the pay does not reflect what they do, and they feel that they do so much more work than their pay is. Now, I know there's a lot of jobs out there where you feel that you should be getting paid more, but me knowing what I'm doing in this profession, teaching, there should be more pay for that. But there's also other things. There's also budget cuts and increase in pupils and workload and all that kind of thing that kind of manifests itself into what needs to be changed. But why not also have a 6.7% increase for all teachers? Because we're all in the same profession, right? We're all doing the same thing effectively. So why not? Why does it need to be a 4% decrease in pay rise for experienced teachers? So that's what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking, why did they do that? But then effectively, on the other hand, it is nice that you're getting any pay increase at all like that, if that makes sense. So it's nice to see that the pay is slowly creeping up. Should be up more. But I'm just thinking, why is it 6.7 for new teachers, but then 2.5 experienced teachers? Because experienced teachers are the ones that are still leaving. If you're trying to entice people to get onto teaching, you need to first start with the PGCE. You need to start with Schools Direct. You need to start with Teach First and revamp that and make that more beneficial. And then you should revamp that rather than the starting salary being this. And then also look at teachers as well. What experienced teachers, what are they doing? Why are they not staying? Why are they moving? Now, I know I was reading much more. I know secondary school, in terms of retention rates and getting teachers in, and has dropped for the 7th year. It has dropped, especially in science and maths. And that's what I'm saying. You need to focus on that. Is it you have chucked 30 grand of, money towards maths and science to get onto the PGCE, that is not what your 30 grand bursary, but it still hasn't worked. So what else do you need to do? What else do you need to focus on? And then think about experienced teachers. What do they need? Do we need a 2.5% increase, or should we get exactly the same as the new starters get, which is 6.7? So it's all those kind of things. There's negatives and positives to anything. That it is good that the pay is going up, but it's also negative that it's not the same uniform. It's not uniform across experienced teachers and new teachers, if that makes sense. So that is something that I was like, we shall see how it goes, and we shall see how it goes when they're proposing to add or proposing to start the salary at £30,000 in 2020, and we shall see the pay increase for all teachers, because we need to get teachers into the profession. And it's not only getting them in there, which I think sometimes the government looks at and harps on. It's not about getting them in there. It's about keeping them in there. Because if a teacher goes in for a year or two and they leave, you need someone to fill that space. The part of the job is getting people in and keeping them there and making them feel as though what they're doing is work. Not worth, because we know that children make our job feel like it's worthwhile, but to feel appreciated, to make, for us to feel like the government understand that what we're doing is, that they show appreciation to it. I know they are working hard. They're working really hard to make sure of that. But it's just making sure of those things, really, isn't it? So that is what is currently happening right now. We shall see what goes on. I shall keep you updated, because although you want to get teachers in, you want to keep experienced teachers in who are doing a fantastic job, fantastic job anyway. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you have enjoyed this video and my new camera setup and how it's going. I hope that it looks decent when I put it up. And yeah, let me leave you with a parting song, shall I? Why not?
Oh,